This is Roselyn Smith. It is such a pleasure and an honor to be here sharing this with you all today. I am here to share something amazing that happened when actually my mother, at the age of 95, passed away, actually here in my home from which this recording is taking place. I want to share it because I know so many people around the world are having difficulties with this pandemic thing that's happening out there, this plague, losing loved ones. But it is the case. I learned personally, not theoretically, not on a level of just spiritual belief. I witnessed personally that there is existence beyond just this human existence in this body. So, a little background first. My precious mother did live a very spiritual life. She lived the last 6 years of her life here with me and was doing quite well until the last 17 months or so when she became bedridden and then slowly started to decline from there. I had hospice care coming into my home to care for her because I didn't want her to be in a facility somewhere where I would have to go check in on her. I wanted to be able to check in on her whenever I was here. And so in order to keep working and supporting her, I had a caretaker with her during the day, and in order to get good rest, I had a caretaker with her at night, but I was always here when I wasn't at my office, checking in on her and helping with things, and also meeting with the hospice workers when they would come in. The decline in her livelihood, that I could tell her energy was starting to dissipate and that we were getting close to the end of this existence, her existence here on this earth, approximately 3 weeks before her passing actually happened on June 12th, 2016. And also some other miraculous things happened 3 weeks before, which I will share at another time. But that gave me the message, get ready, it is her time. So anyway, 3 weeks later, after those miraculous things started happening, it was a Sunday morning, and I went in to check on her and her caretaker when I woke up, and sure enough, there she was in the hospital bed that she had been in for those 17 months with that gray, grisly look of death and that death rattle in her breathing, and I knew that that was the day. So I called the hospice company, and they sent 2 nurses out to be with us and to help ease any pain she was experiencing going through her passing. They came around 10 or 11 in the morning, and so I was in and out of the room checking on her, taking them things they needed, taking care of other things, and then I got the strong message, if you will, the knowing at around 1:30 that we were closing in on her final passing. So I went in and sat where I could look at her. And behind me was the patio door leading out of the master bedroom that she was in, out to the patio and pool area. So I was sitting, which the windows actually in back of me are on the west side of my house. I was sitting where I could look at her face in the bed, and her caretaker was standing at the foot of the bed. The 2 hospice nurses were on the other side. We were watching. We knew the time was coming, but still she was breathing with that death rattle, had that gray, grisly look of death. And then all of a sudden I noticed, wait, she's got this light on her. It looked like the light was on her. I thought, because it was like this kind of glowing golden light, I thought, oh, did someone open the blinds behind me? Why would they do that? It gets so hot in here in the afternoon. And she's not comfortable as it is. So I turned around to look and see if the blinds had been open, and if so, how much. And I was going to ask the caretaker probably or someone to please go close the blinds so that this heat doesn't come in on her and make her more uncomfortable. I turned around, the blinds were completely closed, and and I turned back and looked at her and realized, oh my goodness, that beautiful golden light is coming from within her and is all around her. And I just was amazed. And my little cat had come into the room just a little bit before and was sitting on the chair next to me. And even she was like, wow. And I said to the hospice nurses and the caretaker, look, she's glowing. She's glowing. And they all turned and looked at it and realized it, really saw it then. And as soon as we were all really focused on that beautiful glowing energy, that beautiful golden light within her and around her, it's not that she could hear us or see us. She had been in a comatose state for a long time, but her awareness was that we were all focused. All of a sudden, that gray, grisly look of death was just gone, and she lost the death rattle, and she took a long, slow, deep breath with her eyes closed. Was like, and this beautiful smile came on her face, and she exhaled, and that was her last breath. And as she exhaled her last breath, we saw the beautiful golden energy lift up and out of her and up into the next existence, passing through the veil. It was incredible and so beautiful. Of course, I still mourned her passing. I missed her, but in a million years, I never would have imagined that I would say, because it's true to me, watching my mother pass through the veil was one of the most beautiful things I have ever seen. And it was. And it also eliminated any fear that I have of death for myself. And I share that today again because so many people are dealing with losing loved ones. And even if you don't see the beautiful golden light, golden energy around, within, lifting out of them, that doesn't mean it's not happening. The hospice nurses even said, we don't always see this happening with people as they're passing away. But it's been also, I learned recently in watching an Ancient Aliens episode, it has been researched recently by some physicists who have been able, through whatever approach to the research they've been taking, able to prove that there is an energy that lifts out of our human body and rises when the human body ceases to be alive. And I also learned in watching that episode of Ancient Aliens that this ability at times to see the lifting of the beautiful golden energy out of the person who is passing away goes way back to even ancient Egypt was what they referred to. And then they showed some artwork on some hieroglyphic artwork and from ancient times that showed, that happening with some ancient Egyptians. So it's not like something that just happened only once for me to see. It's something that has happened and does happen. It's happened forever with humanity. Thank you so much for letting me share this. And please know that no matter when we pass, we are moving on to our next existence. Some would say heaven, some would say, to be reincarnated, whatever it is, whatever we believe, it is happening. Our energy, our souls are lifting and going on to the next existence. Thank you so much.